this fucking guy.
Governor of South Dakota, Kristi Noem's memoir came out, and in it, she had a charming anecdote about how she killed a puppy, a 13-month-old puppy, because it was allegedly some kind of danger to her and her children and her family. And it was in front of a bunch of now traumatized construction workers. And no one's quite clear why she shared this story publicly in a book. And nothing has united our body politic quite like this story. It is good to know that America still has a code, and that code is killing a puppy.
You have options. Shooting your dog in the face should not be one of them.
It is like the equivalent of when a child molester goes to prison. The political equivalent of that, all the prisoners are united in wanting to kill that one prisoner. This is what happened with all the politicians, bipartisan, calling her out for being a sociopath. Not to mention the fact that she was trying to throw all these farmers under the bus. So when she started getting a lot of blowback for this, she would try to act like, oh, it's just those coastal elites who don't know how farm life is, which is incredibly condescending and insulting to farmers. And then all the farmers started talking back and they were like, yeah, we don't shoot our dogs either. It was like a wild news cycle. And I have finally found something that makes me okay with someone being canceled. She actually said, too, that Biden should have shot his dogs.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
In the book, I believe the quote is, Commander, get ready to meet Cricket. Cricket is the poor little puppy that she shot. I mean, have you not seen John Wick, Christy? Do you not know? Americans love their dogs. We finally found someone who agrees with the Russians and John Wick.
It was just a fucking car, just a fucking dog.
The irony is, if she had shot anything else in that gravel pit, it would probably be a politicized, divided news cycle. People would be standing up for her. Like, she could have shot a person and it would have been more divisive than this puppy. Kristi Noem could have shot a homeless person, her in-laws, Gazan protesters, immigrants, her own queer daughter. Any one of those things getting shot, and it would be like, well, actually, you see, she had a reason for doing that. People would be defending her. Literally, no one's defending this woman. If she had shot an immigrant in a gravel pit, it would be a national debate right now. It's also funny, too, because people will be like, oh, we're chopping kids' dicks off? Whatever, but she killed a fucking dog?
The line must be drawn here. This far, no farther.
We have very strange moral lines that we draw in our minds. We're all guilty of it. If anyone thinks they're like this morally righteous person, I beg you to really look at where you're drawing the lines and where you're not, where your humanity ends and where it begins. We all have weirdness. In her book, she said she met Kim Jong-un and like gave him a saucy look or something like that. She said he wasn't used to someone giving such a dirty look to tyrants. And people were like, did this really happen? And it didn't, allegedly. Never met him. But Newsmax was riding her harder than Lewandowski. That's right. I made that joke. And she was just resolute in saying no. I will not talk about my conversations with world leaders.
Your claims that you met Kim Jong-un, and then over the last week, here's the quote from the book. You say that, I remember when I met North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un, I'm sure he underestimated me, having no clue about my experience staring down little tyrants. Governor, that never happened, did
What
it?
I have said in the book is that when I became aware of the content, that we had it changed. And that's the way that it is. So I should not have put that anecdote in the book. That I'm not going to
But
talk
an
about my
anecdote
meetings.
indicates that it happened,
I'm
right?
not going to talk about my conversations with world leaders.
Governor, I'm not asking you about the details of this alleged meeting. I'm asking if the meeting actually happened. I don't think it did.
And she refused to acknowledge that she was lying. The Newsmax guy basically said, you know, at one point you were on a very short list to be VP for Trump, and now I doubt you're even on that list.
Governor, if you asked me a month ago, who's at the top of the list to run with Donald Trump, I would have said your name. If you asked me that same question this morning, I don't even think you're on the list.
Really?
She seems shocked by this, but maybe she thought because of the beautiful dog stuff, you know, that he's a very beautiful dog. He died like a dog. He died like a dog. I can't do it. We'll just cut to Shane Gillis doing it because he's brilliant.
Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi is dead. He died like a dog.
And maybe she thought she was impressing Trump with that story, and I think it backfired quite spectacularly. Thank you, Sheath Underwear. I am obsessed. These little booty shorts are the cutest things you've ever seen. Sheath Underwear is our sponsor, Ride or Die. They've been with us a long time. They have a great product for women and men. I use their bras and their undies. They have lots of different styles of undies too. They have a thong. They have regular old little undies. And I wear them for pretty much my everyday use all the time. And they're breathable and they balance my pH and they're so soft and they are just luxurious. As for the men, they have boxer briefs. They've got the dual pouch system, which allows the junk to be separated from the family jewels and separated from the legs. Everything has a nice compartment. It is fantastic and comfortable and the only underwear my husband wears anymore. It's all I can get him. It's all he wants. Take it from my better half and the true consumer in this household. Go to sheathunderwear.com. Use the code DUMPSTER to get 20% off your whole order. It is Father's Day coming up, so please go out and get your man some new underwear. Lord knows he probably needs them. Go to sheathunderwear.com, use the code DUMPSTER, and get 20% off your entire order. Link is in the description below.